Demagogue, pronounced dem-a-gog. This is a noun. A demagogue is a political leader who wins support by appealing to people's emotions, fears, and prejudices, rather than using honest, reasoned arguments. Think of someone who whips up a crowd with anger and easy promises just to gain power. Two close synonyms are rabble-rouser and agitator. Here's an example. The demagogue stirred up the crowd with fiery promises he could never keep. Candid, pronounced as candid, is an adjective. It means being honest and straightforward in your words or actions. For example, the manager appreciated her candid feedback about the project. Delineate, pronounced as delineate, is a verb that means to describe or portray something precisely. Synonyms include outline and define. For example, the artist delineated the landscape with meticulous detail. Egregious, pronounced egregious. This is an adjective. It describes something that is outstandingly bad, so shockingly wrong or offensive that it stands out and can't be ignored. We usually use it for serious mistakes, errors, or behavior. Synonyms include flagrant and outrageous. For example, the report contained an egregious error that misled thousands of readers. Belie, pronounced belie. It's a verb. When something belies the truth, it gives a false impression. It hides or contradicts what's really going on, so the appearance doesn't match the reality. For example, her calm smile belied the anxiety she felt inside. Chicanery, pronounced sh-k-n-ry. It's a noun. Chicanery is the use of clever, tricky, and dishonest tactics to deceive people or gain an unfair advantage. Think of sneaky manipulation, deception, and trickery dressed up to look respectable. Two close synonyms are trickery and deception. Here's an example. The lawyer's chicanery finally caught up with him in court. Digress, pronounced digress. It's a verb. To digress means to wander away from your main topic when you're speaking or writing, drifting off into a side point before coming back. Two close synonyms are deviate and stray. For example, the professor often began to digress, sharing stories that had nothing to do with the lesson. Loquacious, pronounced loquacious. Adjective, meaning tending to talk a great deal. Synonyms, chatty, garrulous. Example, the loquacious taxi driver entertained us with stories during the entire ride. Alleviate, pronounced alleviate. It's a verb. To alleviate something means to make a pain, problem, or difficult feeling less severe, to ease it or give relief, even if you don't remove it completely. People often use it for pain, stress, or suffering. Synonyms include ease and relieve. For example, a warm cup of tea helped alleviate her headache. Belligerent, adjective, hostile and aggressive. Synonyms, aggressive, combative. Example, the belligerent customer yelled at the manager when his food was late. The word is denounce, pronounced as denounce. It's a verb. Denounce means to publicly declare something or someone to be wrong or evil. Synonyms include condemn. The politician denounced the government's new policy as unjust. Cursory, pronounced cur-sa-ry. It's an adjective. It describes something done quickly and without much attention to detail, a fast, surface-level look that skips over the deeper parts. Two close synonyms are hasty and superficial. For example, she gave the report only a cursory glance before signing it. Garrulous, Pronounced garrulous. It's an adjective. Use it for someone who just can't stop talking. Endlessly chatty about small, unimportant things, often more than anyone wants to hear. Synonyms include talkative and chatty. For example, the garrulous taxi driver told us his entire life story before we reached the airport. Derivative. Pronounced derivative. This word can be an adjective or a noun. When something is derivative, it isn't really original. It's copied or borrowed from something that already exists, so it feels like an imitation rather than a fresh idea. Two close synonyms are unoriginal and imitative. For example, critics called the new film derivative of older superhero movies. Ambiguous. Pronounced am-big-you-us. This is an adjective. It describes something that has more than one possible meaning, so it's unclear and open to different interpretations. When a message or situation is ambiguous, you can't be sure exactly what it means. Two close synonyms are unclear and vague. For example, her ambiguous answer left everyone confused about her real opinion.
Debunk. Pronounced debunk. This is a verb. To debunk something means to prove that a popular belief, myth, or claim is actually false or exaggerated. You expose the truth and show that an idea simply isn't real. Two close synonyms are disprove and expose. For example, scientists worked hard to debunk the myth that humans only use 10% of their brains.
Acerbic. Pronounced acerbic. It's an adjective. When someone's words or tone are acerbic, they're sharp, biting, and often a little harsh. The kind of remark that stings, even when it's clever. Two close synonyms are caustic and cutting. For example, the critic's acerbic review left the young chef speechless. Abstruse. Pronounced abstruse. It's an adjective. Use it when an idea is so deep, complicated, or technical that most people find it really hard to understand. The kind of topic that makes your head spin, unless you're an expert. Some close synonyms are obscure and recondite. For example, the professor's lecture on quantum mechanics was so abstruse that half the students felt completely lost. Cacophony. Pronounced cacophony. It's a noun. Cacophony is a harsh, jarring mix of sounds, all happening at once. Think of clashing noises that grate on your ears and feel completely chaotic. You can call it a din or a discord. For example, the cacophony of car horns and shouting filled the busy city street. Abscond. Pronounced abscond. It's a verb. To abscond means to leave quickly and secretly, usually to escape from the law or to avoid getting caught after doing something wrong. Think of someone slipping away in the dark before anyone notices, often taking money or stolen goods with them. Synonyms include flee and escape. Here's an example. The treasurer absconded with the company's funds before the audit began. Resilient. Pronounced resilient. Adjective. Meaning able to recover quickly from difficult conditions. Synonyms: strong, adaptable. Here's an example. Despite facing many setbacks, the resilient young entrepreneur successfully launched her business. Meticulous. Pronounced meticulous. Adjective. Meaning showing great attention to detail, very careful and precise. Synonyms: precise, thorough. Here is an example. The skilled watchmaker spent hours under a magnifying glass, performing meticulous repairs. Ephemeral. Pronounced ephemeral. Adjective. Meaning lasting for a very short time. Synonyms: brief, fleeting. Here is an example. The beautiful cherry blossoms are ephemeral, lasting only a few days before falling. Capitulate, pronounced ka-pit-u-late. It's a verb. To capitulate means to finally give up and stop resisting something. You surrender to pressure, demands, or an opponent after holding out for a while. It often suggests you gave in reluctantly. Two close synonyms are surrender and yield. Here's an example. After hours of intense negotiation, the company decided to capitulate to the workers' demands. Affable, pronounced aff-a-bull. It's an adjective. Affable describes a person who is warm, easy to talk to, and naturally pleasant. The kind of friendly, approachable presence that puts everyone around them at ease. Some close synonyms are friendly and approachable. For example, the affable host greeted every guest with a warm smile. Disseminate, pronounced di-sem-a-nate. It's a verb. To disseminate means to spread information, ideas, or knowledge widely so that they reach as many people as possible. Think of a news team or a teacher sharing facts far and wide. Synonyms include spread and distribute. For example, the organization used social media to disseminate health information to thousands of families. Alacrity, pronounced alacrity. It's a noun. Alacrity describes that bright, cheerful eagerness you show when you jump into a task right away. Quick, willing, and full of energy, with no dragging your feet. People who act with alacrity are happy to help and quick to get started. For example, she accepted the new challenge with alacrity, eager to prove herself. Circumspect, pronounced circumspect. This is an adjective. It describes someone who thinks carefully about all the possible risks and consequences before they act or speak. A cautious, watchful person who looks around before making a move. Two close synonyms are cautious and prudent. For example, she was circumspect about sharing her plans until the deal was final. Acquiesce, pronounced acquiesce. It's a verb. To acquiesce means to quietly agree to something or go along with it, often without protest, even when you might not fully want to. People usually acquiesce to avoid conflict or because they feel it's easier than arguing. Synonyms include comply and consent. For example, after hours of debate, she finally acquiesced to her colleague's plan.
Arbitrary, pronounced arbitrary. This is an adjective. It describes a choice or rule that's based on personal whim or random impulse, rather than on any clear reason, system, or fairness. When something feels arbitrary, it seems decided by chance or mood, not by logic. Two close synonyms are random and capricious. For example, the teacher's arbitrary grading left students confused and frustrated.
Conciliatory, pronounced conciliatory. It's an adjective. Use this word to describe words or actions that are meant to calm anger and make peace, the kind of friendly, gentle approach that helps two upset people stop fighting and feel okay again. Two synonyms are appeasing and peacemaking. For example, she offered a conciliatory smile to ease the tension between them.